Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning! Happy Monday! Some crazy stuff going on, guys. Like, look at me. I'm not like super excited because, you know, I was just talking to some friends and I've got some news I want to share. Hold on. Let me say thank you. This helps. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, hit the like button. Make sure you have that like button smashed. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the notification bell, y'all. For all notifications, ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense, all this nerdy news. Welcome all the new people. We've hit we're at 14,200 subscribers now. 14,200 subscribers. How crazy is that? How crazy? Have you seen any cool YouTube polls lately? Yeah, that's me. Hi, how are you? I'm Dani. Welcome. So there's that stuff. Hi, how are you? Welcome, new folks. That's awesome. Hold on, I gotta adjust my seat. I need a new chair. Oh my gosh. My mic is about to, I guess I gotta tighten this bad boy because my mic stand was about to fall over. Oh, that's better. Oh, yeah. Oh, such a better mic stand. Anywho, there's that. Welcome, new folks. We are still just about 300 hours away from our 4,000 hour mark. Once we hit that 4,000 hour mark, 4 of you are going to win some super awesome prizes. We have 3 games from Cards Against Humanity to give away. No, they're not the actual Cards Against Humanity cards. One is called Contact. One is called PARAMOUNT, and the other is the only actual board game they have ever done. It's called Head Trip, okay? So 3 different games from Cards Against Humanity will go to 3 different people. Well, 1 each. Will go to 3 different people. And a 4th winner will win a custom-designed comics and hoodie. So get those playlists going. Make sure to leave your comments, because subscribers who leave comments and get the playlists going get added into the drawing. So I know Miss Penny is like high up there for a prize. Seriously. She's a commented full. God love Miss Penny. I'm telling you what. Okay then. So let's yell good morning to everyone. Remember, members and super chats get the good mornings first because it's only fair. Okay. You're paying to be here. It's only fair. It's only fair that they get their good mornings first. And also remember, you've seen all the clips I've made. I need to make new ones, but you've seen all the clips I've made. So now when you leave a super chat, super sticker, super thanks, I show my super appreciation by allowing you to pick from one of our clips to play in exchange for your super. All right, guys, let's yell good morning to the chat. We're going to start off with member of the channel, Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic. Good morning. Good morning. The hot dog is my favorite, just FYI. And you're the only member in the chat right now, but that's okay. They trickle in later. Buenos dias, Fernando. Buenos dias. Good morning, Maria. Hey, Lord Tope. Good morning. I love that you've got the Santa hat on. That's important. I really should Christmas judge my background up. Eh? Eh? Good morning, Monique. Hello. Happiest of Mondays to you too, madam. And good morning, Penny. Good morning. All right, guys. That's all we've got right now, but y'all trickle in. Y'all always trickle in. Okay, so first, I want to talk about something crazy that happened just last night. It is absolutely confounding me. It's so sad. Okay, so friend of the channel, a huge YouTuber, Chris Gore, was in a horrific accident last night in Pasadena. Sorry, Mike. Sorry. Bobby Trendy. Can any of you guess why I've named my microphone Bobby Trendy? I'll play you a clip if you can. Anyway, Chris Gore and his girlfriend were in a horrible accident on the highway last night. Let me see if I can find the actual post, because you guys need to share this. This is absolutely horrible. Someone actually tried to kill Chris Gore last night. It is absolutely horrible. California is an incredibly dangerous joke now. It's so terrible. Apparently they're both okay, but the car is not okay. So they're both physically okay. The car is not. So he says that California is a lawless hellscape. Tonight, my girlfriend and I were driving home on the 110 North, and a vehicle with the license plate number 3XTM722 smashed into the left side. We started following the car and tried to stop the car in the next exit, exchange insurance information. Instead, the driver rammed us on the right side, attacking us, and then fled the scene. My car completely screwed and the vehicle fled the scene. The California Highway Patrol just told them to come in and file a report. Attacked them multiple times. Here's the video of I mean, is that a Suburban? My advice to him was get the out of California. The 110 is a nightmare any time of day or night. And just California, dude. California. So lots of prayers to Chris and his girlfriend. I know that's a scary situation. What can you say? Get the fuck out of California, dude. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And that the California Highway Patrol's like, tough titties. Here in Missouri, ha 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 ha. They would have been like, where you at? We're on our way. And like 2 seconds later, 10 cop cars would have showed up. Good morning, Lieutenant Kino and contributing editor. Yeah, they're physically okay. They say they're very just shaken up. Good morning, Somar. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the country, the flyover states in the middle here, don't play. Possibly. But keep them in your thoughts. Woof. Not good. Not good. Woof. Not good. All right, guys. back to it. So, the thing that I was being messaged about when we first started, and for those who are new, for our brand new people, how we do this is we hit on a couple of brief headlines, some lighter subjects before not that what just happened to Chris last night was light, but we hit on a couple lighter subjects, lighter lighter headlines before we get to our main topic. So the first one I want to touch on, I just got from a friend of mine, and I got confirmation that this is fake news. So this says Miles Morales. This is from Discussing Film. Miles Morales co-creator Sarah Pacelli says she does not get any royalties from the Spider-Verse films, Insomniac games, or merch. Says, I don't get anything. That's the saddest part of my life. Well, this is unequivocally false. It is false. So I'm going to pull this up and we're going to switch over there. And we're going to here it is. So big thanks to Master the TDS who sent this to me. It says Sarah Pacelli has clarified on Instagram that her comments on the Miles Morales royalties were taken, twisted, and used as clickbait, which happens all of the time. Here is her official statement from her Instagram. I know royalties and copyrights are hot topic, but please don't use me or my work to take sides or talk shit. I won't let you do that. Also, when a creator does an interview during a show and CCXP was insanely busy, is being generous and kind, please don't ever take advantage of that to create questionable content to get more followers. Be better, do better. It got my attention, a headline about me saying something about Miles Morales royalties that was written after an interview here at CCXP. I wanted to let go, but since many of you are writing to me, I want to make things clear. That headline is an embarrassing clickbait news. Who wrote that twisted completely the tone of our conversation, which was relaxed and ironic. Plus, that was a tiny part of our conversation where I wasn't complaining or mad at all, just saying a few lines about the business industry. So it sounds like she's saying relaxed and ironic. That sounds like she was being sarcastic. No, I don't get anything. Sounds like she was being sarcastic. And someone took that and just posted the words and not what she actually said, not her tone or anything. So, good morning, Ensign Loki. All the credit, blame goes to Brian Michael Bendis because people gave it to him. And that happens a lot. It happens a lot. Bob Kane, Bill Finger with Batman. Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza with Deadpool. Sarah Pacelli and Brian Michael Bendis with Miles Morales. So it was a lie. It was completely taken out of context. She's fine. She's fine. There you go. Good morning, Joel Familia, Stanley and Steve Ditko, and Stanley and Jack Kirby, and Stanley and about 100 other people. It's the truth. He's a good showman. All right. Big thanks to Master of the TDS who brought that to my attention right as I was going live. I appreciate that. That helped out. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Sarah Pacelli, and it's this site Jameson's. It's this person. This individual took her words and twisted them, took her words and forgot to mention she was being completely sarcastic. Site specialized in Marvel and that promotes content about comics, movies, series, animations, and games and shipping. It's entirely about shipping, which I think is super effing weird. Shipping is weird. I mean, some light shipping, okay. But when your entire personality and everything is just focused on the sex lives of imaginary people or the sex lives of strangers, people you don't know, that's super weird. That's super weird to me. It's creepy. This is creepy behavior. It's super creepy. So, Jameson's, it's his fault. Blame them. There you have it. All right, guys. Let's move on. This looks super cool. I don't care who you are. I'm getting even more pumped for a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Even more pumped. I am so sorry. I have this is kind of somewhat urgent, so I have to reply. I am live. And text if he hasn't, please shoot him one to remind him. Okay, that should stop that. Okay, now who wants to put money on when my child will text? Maria, say it ain't so. I think this looks amazing. I want you to look at this. This is called night vision. They're going to be doing shots and transitions like this. And I'm telling you, I am here for it. I'm here for it. This looks super dope. Check this out. Look at this. So good. I think this looks so good. This is a great transition. This sweeping shot, we're going to fly in. It's like we're going straight into the back of his head. That is a great transition. That's an amazing transition. That is super creative. And then we see everything through his visor. Look at that. Can we hear through it too? Ah. Where's it at? Oh, look at that. That looks so cool. I am pumped for this. I am really pumped for this. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it takes us back to like old school Game of Thrones type stuff. Okay. Oh man. I miss how I felt watching like seasons 1 through 6, 1 through 7 of Game of Thrones. It was so good. It was such a vibe. Such a vibe. Let's check in with the chat, see what emotional outbursts cuz I know there's going to be a few. I can see it in my peripheral. Let's see. Oh, Maria. say it ain't so. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms looks like garbage. I'm just saying, no, I don't agree with you. I think it looks good. Samar, what is this? This is based on a book called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms by George R. Martin. It takes place like 100 years, I think, before the first book in a fire of Song of Fire and Ice, Song of Ice and Fire. Sorry, Game of Thrones takes place about 100 years before Game of Thrones. Um, it's about an ancestor of Brienne of Tarth, Duncan the Tall, and his squire Egg. So I'm looking forward to it personally. Monique, I mean, if HBO content rolls into Netflix, then I might get into Game of Thrones content. I just don't want yet another streaming service. Fair enough. Oh my god, HBO stuff is HBO. I've always felt like has been the innovator. You know, they've always been at the forefront of reinventing quality, raising the bar. They were always the one that rose the bar. You know, I always think of Oz, The Wire, Sopranos, uh Game of Thrones, True Blood. They always had that show that everyone was talking about. That's just me though. Fernando, I'm getting sick of prequels and spin-offs. I will not be watching this. Oh, but what if it's not one they've made up though? How about that? It's not a prequel that the writers and showrunners and executives have completely just pulled out of their booty holes. This is one that is completely based on an actual book. Now, I understand the frustration. I I do. I also understand the frustration with George R. Martin. Like, bro, dude, like, what do we have to do to get you into that headspace to, you know, write that Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring? Like, what do we got to do? I will send you an amazing Bluetooth eye mask that you can meditate to. I'll send you some amazing YouTube playlists with some ambient music that will help hopefully put you there. I don't know, it works for me. I got some great books I could recommend. Like, what do we got to do, man? What's it going to take? I get it. I do. To each their own. All opinions are valid. I personally am pumped for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it myself. And I think that this transition is dope. I mean, bam, bam. One more time. Bam. I think it looks really cool. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS! To get George R. R. Martin off his ass, cancel college football. Oh man, I don't know how to do that. I don't know much at all about the foosball myself. I don't know how to help with that. But I personally will be watching. I will be reviewing, and I'm very excited. I gotta say, I think it was Game of Thrones itself that really got me into watching YouTube for breakdown videos and stuff. So I will be interested to see how this plays out. Oh, I totally forgot. I have an announcement. Oh my gosh. I'm such a flibberty gibbet. Um, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I have another doctor's appointment. This is what you get with me, dude. I have to see like 7 different physicians because of all of my conditions. So I have to see another doctor tomorrow to schedule another surgery. So fun stuff. But I'll be back here Wednesday. I'll be back here Wednesday. But this, I have to go to the doctor like in person, like drive an hour and a half. So I'm sorry. Stuff. Okay. All right, moving on. Moving on. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I love that transition. I'm sorry. It was so cool. Or me not being here tomorrow, leave it in the chat below. Okay. So, Prime Video has finally announced that the final season of The Boys will premiere on April 8th, 2026. The season will debut with 2 episodes, and then we'll have 1 episode released weekly before the series finale premieres on May 20th, 2026. Have you guys seen the trailer? I think it looks good. My only concern is that they're really good at making trailers these days. I think trailers usually look pretty good, and we've been fooled before. We won't get fooled again. Um, by the way, I have no idea what my Spotify age is because apparently I haven't listened to Spotify this year. I must be really old. Anyway, I've thought the last couple of seasons I thought the last couple of seasons, Gen V was better than The Boys because The Boys is just turned into like shock penis humor. It's like, look at the giant penis and another one and another one and another one. Like, okay, we get it. You really enjoy making giant penises. That's so fun. Maybe I'm old, but it's just not seriously. Like, even straight women are like, you know what? Penises just aren't that pretty. They're just not that fun to look at. That's why we don't get all that excited when randos send us dick pics in our DMs. So I have really bad asthma, as you guys know. And if I laugh, I cough. So, anywho, this trailer didn't look too bad. Where did I put it? I know I put it somewhere. Oh, thank you so much. Losing it. We got some good shots in it. Starlight looks like she's really come into her own. She looked a lot like Electro in Spider-Man No Way Home. Did anyone else notice that? Like looks like she's in the middle of one of the Homelander prison camps, concentration camps, and she goes all Electro and shocks everything out. That looked pretty dope. So I hope it's good. I hope it's really good. I really loved the first couple seasons of The Boys, like a whole freaking bunch. But it just kind of fell off after that for me. I'm like, okay, we get it. Can you go back to the storytelling rather than just shocking us with giant phalluses? It's getting so old. So old. Samar, this poster looks much better than the actual movie of the character this dude is parodying. Oh, anywho, will you guys be watching the final season of The Boys kicking off April 8th? of next year? Leave it in the chat below. April 8th to May 20th. April 8th to May 20th is your final season of The Boys. We're also still going to have Gen V, and then we're going to have the spinoff Vought Rising, which stars Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, which reminds me, Jared Padalecki, Jensen Ackles, and Misha Collins, all three will be in The Boys' final season. Jared Padalecki, Jensen Ackles, Misha Collins, of course, were all starring people, members starring the starring cast. Words are hard. Of Supernatural, Eric Kripke's Big Sure, big season. Big series. And apparently they've got this big scene together, this big Supernatural reunion in the final season of The Boys. So Supernatural heads will be very excited. And Misha needs some work. God love him. Poor guy. Last thing I heard of him being in was Gotham Knights, and what a nightmare that was. Oh God. I couldn't even make it 5 minutes. And I've told you guys about this before, but for you newbies, 5 minutes into the CW series Gotham Knights, you've got a brand new adopted son of Bruce Wayne, not Batman. And not only is he like a full-fledged adopted son, not a ward, he's not a Robin. He doesn't know that his dad is Batman, and Batman is dead. I was like, click. No, thank you. Nope. That's a bridge too far for this lady. Nope. It was awful. Just awful. And Misha Collins, God love him, he played Two-Face. And yeah, of course that series got canceled halfway through its first season. Obviously. It's just bad. Good morning, Kojo Asante. Aaron Moriarty was in Kong Skull Island with Tom Hiddleston and Samuel L. Jackson. Nice. Invincible comes back within a week. So you got Daredevil Born Again, Invincible, and The Boys all coming back within like a week of each other. It's wild. All coming back within a week of each other. It's going to be a crazy, crazy week. Hopefully they're all good. The Boys feels rushed and super phallic. Anywho, if you guys have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about any of that, leave that in the chat below. I feel like my water's too far away from me. We'll put it there. Alrighty. What else we got here? I'm trying to find it, guys. This is so obnoxious. Like, I know I save things and then Twitter says, nah, the hell you did. Nah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely not what I wanted. Film Thread has like an actual behind the scenes producer. Like, so cool. Catherine, and I've never heard of this. So if you guys have heard of this, tell me in the chat. Because I've never heard of this. But Catherine Rundle's children's series could become the next Harry Potter with a 7-figure Disney movie deal. Impossible Creatures follows Christopher, a boy who discovers the magical world of Gilmoria Archipelago. Archipelago, yeah, that's it. A string of islands where magical creatures live. So Disney's trying to compete with Warner Brothers Harry Potter stuff. It- I don't know if you can. I've said this so many times, but it's kind of like Beatles Mania. It's already been done. And will they be willing to put the time, effort, and quality into it? Probably not. They like quick and easy these days. Quick and easy and all the profits, you know? I don't think any of us have heard of any of this stuff. So, archipelagio. Okay. Gilmoria archipelagio. There we go. Thank you. Huh. I don't know. I've never heard of this. I don't have a lot of hope for it, but I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, we can. I'm not feeling that vibe, but you can leave it in the chat. Brand New Day is done filming. They've wrapped. We don't know what they're going to be doing with you know, reshoots. There's always reshoots. But it's wrapped. So do with that information as you will. The Spider-Man movies have always been pretty good. I hope this one is just as good. I'm trying to like find something and something tells me I'm not going to. I'm just going to have to go straight to my profile, I guess. Hey, there's my profile. Follow me. Hey, good morning, Sonia. How are you, buddy? Disney was meant to be doing an Aragon series too. Yeah. What happened to that? We haven't heard shit about that. I have to scroll down. Also, Welcome to Derry is dope. You should be watching it. It's better than Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things, and it's better than Stranger Things. So get on that. Here we go. We've got our first teaser for the teaser. And DC keeps doing this teaser for the teaser thing. So we've got the teaser for the teaser for Supergirl. They're saying that the actual teaser is coming out on Thursday. Woman of Tomorrow. This entirely feels like Woman of Tomorrow. This feels, looks, fell over back there. Smells like Woman of Tomorrow. There's the space bus station. There she is. But throughout the book, she was also in her uniform. What do you guys think? Did you watch it just now? Have you read Woman of Tomorrow? I kinda break it down, like I talk about it in the Supergirl breakdown. It's not a bad book. I enjoy the book. I like the take of Supergirl being unbelievably traumatized by witnessing the destruction of Krypton. Like, how could you not be stupid traumatized from watching the destruction of your entire planet and family? And then having that trauma kind of extended over years, like their city kind of broke off, luckily, with an air bubble. If you're going off of the Silver Age. It's kind of stupid, but luckily with an air bubble and a food replicator, a food making machine. I think they called it in the comment, the Silver Age comic. Um, but it just kind of prolonged the deaths of everyone in Argo City. So that had to be incredibly difficult and traumatic watching all these people mutate, come down with cancer. Like, let's put all this lead shielding all over the ground. and then watch that get destroyed by meteors, and then everyone gets sick again, get cancer and mutate again, and then your dad's like, "All right, get in this rocket. We're shipping you off." Like, that's a lot. It's a lot. Ensign Loki. Teaser for a trailer. Exactly. It's a bit much build up for a movie that's gonna be in theaters for 3 to 4 weeks. Ah, but as far as I'm concerned so far, this looks like Woman of Tomorrow, except she's not in her uniform. She's wearing pants. She's supposed to be in her uniform and the trench coat, but that could be a nitpick. I don't know. I don't know yet. This is literally just the teaser for the teaser for the trailer for the movie. Movies in the modern age. So fun. But this is our first look. It's our first look. There you have it. Samar, is she in the same place from Green Lantern screenshot? Don't know. Probably not. Uh in Woman of Tomorrow, it's Kara's 21st birthday and she's super screwed up. She's she has prolonged grief syndrome basically from what she experienced as a 14-year-old when her planet was destroyed and then, being shipped off in a rocket to Earth at 16 and stuck in time dilation for who knows how long and blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. She's super messed up in the head over it. And so for her 21st birthday, she goes to a solar system with a red sun so she can get shit faced. And she goes by herself. She's edgy. She's crabby, she's upset. And this girl named Ruthie approaches her because she gets in a bar fight, and this girl Ruthie sees her just totally kick the crap out of these guys. And she's like, "Hey, this guy named Krim of the Yellow Hills, played by Matthias, who's now in prison for driving without a license in Belgium. Krim of the Yellow Hills killed Ruthie's dad. She wants someone to avenge him. Supergirl's like, nah, we don't kill, bro." And she's like, whatever. Well, then Krim of the Yellow Hills shows up, seriously injures Supergirl, and damn near kills Crypto. And Supergirl's like, oh, hell no. And so they go after Krim. That's Woman of Tomorrow. Samar says this movie better make sense and not feel like a gun movie. See, it's not a gun movie, thankfully. It is Craig Gillespie is directing and Ana Nogueira has written it. So films and fiction. Should her powers not fade if she's not around a yellow sun? Should her powers not fade if she's not around? Hold on. Should her powers not fade if she's not, or should her powers should not be in it, should not exist when she's around a red sun? Okay, she has no powers. That for the most of the book, she doesn't have powers until she takes a red kryptonite pill when she's on the bus and she gets like the flame bird thing, and that's like super cool. But then she gets, in yellow sun territory and she starts to like really kick ass. Good morning, Omari. The film needs flashbacks to see Kara's life in space immediately after Krypton exploded. And the book does, so it better. Sorry. The book does, so it better. Absolutely. If you want to see that stuff, check out my Supergirl breakdown. Check it out because it's in there. It's in there. It's in there. All right, guys. Leave your questions, comments, and emotional outbursts about this first look at Kara, however you want to pronounce it, Supergirl, for the Supergirl film in the chat below. We're also being told that this teaser is going to also have our first look at Lobo, Jason Momoa's Lobo. So I think a lot of people are more excited to see Lobo, Jason Momoa as Lobo, than they are Millie Alcock Supergirl, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Dun, 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 dun. So, on top of all the stuff that's going on, so yes, Netflix had the winning bid, and Ted Sarandos, who's the co-CEO of Netflix, is like, but I talked to Trump, and Trump's like, it's all gravy, baby. The highest bidder should win. We're not going to mess with the highest bidder. And now the FTC is like, oh, we're going to investigate, bitch. We're going to investigate. We're going to open everything. We're going to look at everything. So be prepared. We're going to stretch this out for years. Well, now, a Trump admin regulator has reportedly said Warner Brothers Discovery is far more likely to collect its 5.8 billion breakup fee than getting this Netflix deal through the regulatory process. And Europe is all stressed about it. France especially. They're all really stressed about this. And Paramount has decided, like we talked before, Paramount is taking this straight to Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders and preparing a hostile takeover. On top of all of that, they're also saying, you know what? We're going to focus on making, you know, IP and commercial films going forward. We're not going to worry about art house and Oscar winning stuff. We're going to worry about like Sonic the Hedgehog. They've dramatically scaled back their budget in awards campaigns. One source said they have no interest in anything but down the middle IP, commercial films only. So they're only focusing on commercial films and they're going straight to Warner Brothers Discovery's board and planning a hostile takeover. How is this going to work when Netflix offered more money? I need this explained to me like a baby because I don't quite get it. If Netflix offered more money, how is Paramount going to be able to sway the shareholders, the board of directors, with less money? I don't understand that, but they're planning a hostile takeover. This is what I'm saying. Paramount has laid off over 1,000 people, most of their executives, which were basically all women. Because Shusha La Femme, um, they have canceled so many projects. They have no money. They don't have the money for this. And I understand that the hostile takeover is going directly to the board, skipping Zaslav. But Netflix offered more money. Isn't the board more interested in money? Or are they going to try and like plead their humanity? Like, listen, we're trying to save cinema here. We're trying to save the industry. And if you sell to Netflix, it's just going to destroy the industry altogether. Hey, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, DL. Did you see who received the Kennedy Center Awards? I did. I did. Pick your clip, sir. What clip would you like me to play? You have your choices of me burping. That's there. You've got my Conan the Barbarian, What is Best in Life. You've got It Insists Upon Itself, the Lester from Only Murders in the Building falling. There are 4 lights. Which one do you want, friend? Which one do you want? Leave it in the chat. Which one do you want, DL? Which clip do you want? Which clip do you want? Which clip do you want? Or I will pick for you. So Sylvester Stallone, George Strait, those were 2 that won the Kennedy Center honors. Oh my gosh, I have so many Twitter tabs open. Oh my gosh, why didn't you see me typing? 1. Okay. George Strait, Kiss, I forgot Kiss, Gloria Gaynor, Sylvester Stallone, Michael Crawford. Those are the winners. DL, what? Oh, what? Okay, let's play.
Dani, what is best in life?
To crush the rumors, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the nerds.
I love that one. I just do. Sean Stackhouse, Lieutenant Sean Stackhouse, we've missed you at the Throwback Thursday Theater over on the Discord. Correction, Paramount said it would pay $30 per share in cash, valuing the company at around $108 billion, including debt. Woo! I chihuahua. That is a lot. So, why did they go with Netflix? Is it because no, Netflix wanted, you know what? I don't know. Either way, it kills the theater industry because we are consolidating major studios and major streaming services. Well, Paramount doesn't really have a major streaming service, so I'll take that one back. But we are consolidating major studios. And what that does is it creates even more gatekeeping for independent filmmakers and less likely to make actual quality films. I mean, we just said it. It's up there on the screen. They're more concerned with making commercial films, which okay, but how long are they going to be in theater? Are they going to be good? Are you just going to keep churning stuff out like processed cheese? That's the real question. And when you get these giant corporations together, they push out the little guy and lock him out. And the little guy is the one who's actually innovative because he has to be. Loki said, as I said on X, if Netflix gets Warner Brothers, theaters die faster. If Paramount gets it, they die slower, painful. Yeah. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, Paramount may not be one of the major streamers, but they're one of the few profitable streamers. Most of their content is made on a regular TV budget, and they're still getting commercial ads. That's a very good point. And Ted Sarandos is such a stupid fucker. One of the Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix, saying how most people can't walk to the multiplex. Most people don't walk from here to there, bro. Most people don't walk to the movies. Most people drive to the movies. Jackass. He's such an idiot. Most people do want to go to the movies. Most people do enjoy going to the movies. You've just kind of stolen that experience from us by making things extremely expensive and closing the window, making it yeah, 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 right there. By closing the theater window and opening the streaming window, you've ruined the whole thing. We don't want to go for the snacks. Nobody goes to the movies for the snacks. We want to go for the movie experience. I had some dude on Twitter yesterday tell me, "Oh, actually, I rent out the whole theater for a private viewing because I don't want to go with other people. So I rent out the whole theater for myself." Oh, shut the I'm so happy for you that you have so much money that you can spend that much you just drop that much cash on going to see a fucking movie. Like if that's the whole reason that you're doing it, so you don't have to be around a bunch of other people, just do what my parents did and build a movie theater in your basement. Spend that money on building a movie theater in your basement and just watch them there. Seriously. Shut the I went and looked at his profile. Guess what he does for a living? Streaming engineer for Paramount. So of course he's going to say that shit. My only response was like, "Well, I'm so glad you make that much money that you're able to just do that." But you're kind of missing the point here. It's stealing human interaction from us. You're stealing human interaction. Have you seen Wally? Have you seen Wally? And all the people on that ship are just morbidly obese. All their limbs are just like 3 inches long, and they just stay in those loungers that float around and does everything for them. They just watch TV from their loungers. It it feels like that's more and more likely as time goes by. That's what they want. That's what it really feels like to be. Is that's the future they want. They want us complacent and lazy and soft and weak. They don't want us having that human interaction. I rewatched Endgame this weekend, and watching that scene where Thor gets Mjolnir, and I just remember the whole theater just like collectively gasped and just so excited. And then when all the rings opened up, when he starts hearing his calm crackle, and you hear Sam say on your left, and the rings open up and they all show up and he says, "Avengers, assemble." I mean, I got goosebumps thinking about that experience in the theater. We were all feeling that together. We're all complete strangers, but we were all feeling that excitement, that anticipation, that joy together. It was a human experience and it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Spider-Man No Way Home. When Andrew Garfield and especially when Tobey Maguire showed up, stepped through the ring, the whole theater was on their feet, fists in the air, cheering. Those specific scenes from Endgame and No Way Home would not have felt the same in my living room with just me and like Dave. It just wouldn't. For one, I'm the only one in my house now that really gets into that stuff. My daughter kind of likes Spider-Man, but she doesn't have the time invested into it like my sons do. My sons are in their mid 20s, and they're like really into comics and stuff. That's my but they have their own lives now, they're off on living their own lives. So if I'm gonna watch a new Avengers movie in my living room, chances are it's just with me and Dave, and Dave doesn't care about that stuff. So feeling that excitement, that's infectious. When you're sitting next to someone else or several someone else's, when they're feeling that, it's infectious. It's empathic. It spreads. You take that away, you take away that experience. You take away part of that experience. Good morning, Hunter. And that would be very sad. I would not enjoy that whatsoever. Yeah. It's so sad. It's so very sad. Very sad. And it baffles me, like, to see that guy commenting that, "Oh, I book an entire theater just for myself when I go see a movie." Well, good for you, Richie Rich. Lieutenant Backyard Tires, I've rented out a whole theater before. It costs 120 for me and my family and 300 to rent out the theater. Took one other family with me and we split it. Well, good for you, Richie Rich. It just doesn't feel the same. Omari, all movie studios will be owned by ISPs eventually. Disney might be the last holdout. Well, now that the Paramount decrees have been repealed, it's just a matter of time. Everything is going to be like processed plastic American cheese, not even real cheese, like one molecule off from rubber. Probably not even suitable for human consumption, but it's quick and easy to make, especially in bulk. Lieutenant Sean Stackhouse, remember when Netflix only offered movies by mail? Let's just go back to those days. That was fun. Remember when they started doing streaming and that stuff was awful? Like they did that Lost Boys sequel with Kiefer Sutherland's bastard half brother, Angus or whatever his name is. It was so bad. And the quality was bad, like the buffering. Oh, man. Those were the days. Netflix was cheap. Oh, buddy. All right, guys, let's get to some Marvel news. Let's get to some Marvel news. Okay. So, according to Daniel RPK, Avengers Doomsday will reportedly act as a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday. What does this mean? Are they going to completely skip over phase 4 and 5 like they didn't happen? Is that what we're doing? I've heard that the beginning of Doomsday, the first scene of Doomsday, will be the last scene of Endgame. And that last scene of Endgame, what was it? It was Captain America, Steve Rogers, dancing with Peggy Carter in her living room in the 40s. I forgot where I put my water. Sorry. Watery goodness. I'm a hydrated queen. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things. Mostly that it's going to be a direct sequel in the sense that the final scene of Endgame is the first scene of Doomsday. And then you see Doctor Doom walk up and kind of knock on the door like, "What's up?" We've heard a lot that Doctor Doom is upset because or upset. It's like very reductive, isn't it? We've heard that the reason why Doom is doing all of this is because he had a family. In his universe, he was married to Sue Storm and they had children, Franklin and Valeria. And Captain America going back in time and staying with Peggy Carter caused incursions. I've got a gnat, which is so weird because it is cold. It's about to snow here. So how is there a gnat? I'm also hearing that because they're re-releasing Endgame in theaters. They're really working on drumming up hype. They're also releasing several versions of the Doomsday teaser along with Avatar Fire and Ash. That you'll have they're trying to encourage people to go see Avatar Fire and Ash multiple times so you can see all the different teasers and put it all together. Like they will release about a minute of it online and it'll say for the rest of it, go see Avatar Fire and Ash. Because it's a business. They're trying to make money. So, where was I going with this? Oh, so along with showing multiple versions of the teaser in theaters for multiple viewings of Avatar Fire and Ash, they are also re-releasing Endgame and they're adding an after credit scene to Endgame because there's been virtually no build up to Doctor Doom aside from the after credit scene in Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, we did see the Fantastic Four ship flying in, or the multiversal ship flying in at the end of Thunderbolts. I almost said Thundercats for some reason. We did see that, but that doesn't really tease Doom. The only tease we've had, the only thing we've had to build up to Doom is Fantastic Four First Steps. So they're afraid that people won't get why, like normies won't get why we should be concerned about this. So they're adding an end credit scene to Endgame when they re-release it in theaters. Backyard artist. You shit on my dreams of watching movies completely alone. LOL. I'm a sociable person, but not during movies. You don't have to be sociable during the movies. I'm not saying to talk to people during the movie. I do not encourage that at all. Shut your fucking mouth while you're watching a movie, okay? Don't talk to people. Turn your phone on at least silent. Turn the light all the way off. Be quiet. Don't talk to people. You can gasp, you can cheer, but just do it next to a person. Don't have a conversation. My goodness. I do not encourage that whatsoever. But anyway, multiple different versions of the Endgame teaser will be coming out this month, coinciding with Avatar Fire and Ash. Endgame re-releasing in theaters with an end credit scene. I also believe we will get some reference to Kang. We have to. There has to be some, they have to tie that with a bow somehow. It has to be tied off somehow because, I mean, come on. They have to. They got to tie up that loose end. I think because remember, Doom had a family. And he's from a universe where the Fantastic Four existed, the X-Men existed, all of that existed. But it's gone now. I think that the original Fox universe was the universe that He Who Remains King eliminated, and Doom wants it back. What do you think? I think it's a pretty good theory. Usually pretty good at the movie theories. Usually. I think even if it's not like that's his universe and he wants it back, it's part of it somehow. It has to be. Has to be. So there's going to be Doom's team in Doomsday. Ave. Ave. The Thunderbolts team, the Avengers team, and then you got Loki and the TVA. And instead of, okay, so if you haven't read Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, you should go do that. You should be reading Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four, Future Foundation, and Secret Wars, World's End, all of it, before you go see any of these movies. Go do that. Because I think they're going to use Sentry as Johnny Storm in Doomsday Secret Wars. I think they're going to make Sentry the sun, the power source for Battleworld. And the Void is going to be like the lifeboat to get them to Battleworld. What do you think? I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I'm pretty right. I'm pretty right. Sean Stackhouse says Doom can take on an army by himself, so the number of people opposing him needs to be a big number. True. Remember, the man is not only a scientific genius, he learned the magic from his mama. Magic. Films and fiction. This is all too much when no one saw Thunderbolts. I mean, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS Endgame cut right before the TVA showed up to arrest Steve. They could show up. The TVA could be putting a team together, and they could show up to get Steve and Peggy, and then they go to get Toby. Toby with an I, little heart over the I for accent. You keep hitting me with that whip. You can call me anything you want. Sorry. I'm going to have to clip that one too. Toby. Toby with an I. Anyway, they go get Toby. Toby Maguire, Spider-Man, and maybe Andrew. The more I think about it, the more hyped I get for it. I mean, Endgame was so good. Infinity War was so good. I mean, the Russos did so good with Marvel. And they're calling this the biggest superhero movie ever. But they say that a lot, don't they? Oh my God, I just don't want to be bitter anymore. I want to be excited again, but this is adulthood, right? This is adulthood. I don't like growing up. I don't. I like my theories. What do you think of my theories? Tell me in the chat below while we wrap things up and I pay some bills here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. Other ways to help support the channel that are the freest and easiest: sharing this video, sharing any of the videos, leaving comments. Remember, we are still doing the giveaway. We are 300 hours away from our second giveaway, our second watch hour giveaway. Oh my gosh, Olive is just all up in my business right now. Oh my goodness. Will you stop? I need you to chill. She's about to knock everything over. Olive really wants you to keep those playlists going. She really wants you to win one of those 3 Cards Against Humanity games and a custom designed comics and hoodie. Hoodie. That's right. And you can win that just by keeping your playlists going and leaving comments. You can also help the channel keep the lights on, literally, by leaving super chats, super comments. Yeah. Super thanks, all that stuff. Those really help out and they go a really long way. You have absolutely no idea. Like, and oh, did I break it now? And I can't even get a payout on YouTube unless I get like $100 a month. And right now I'm like at 75 and some change. So YouTube is super strict on that. They really are. But anywho, so you can do all that. You can join the channel as a member, and we do have some fun stuff. We have lots of perks for you, or some perks for you. We have the emojis. You've got your emojis that you can use. We have our own community tab over there on YouTube. You get breakdowns and videos before anyone else gets to see them. You do get exclusive content, and we have our own members only Discord and watch parties over on Discord every Thursday called the Throwback Thursday Theater, where we check out all your favorite 90s comfort watches. Of course, sci fi, fantasy type stuff. Right now, we're watching Hercules, and it's a lot of fun. You guys should really join us. So, there's that. If you want to help out that way, there's that stuff. There's also that QR code you see right here. Sorry, all of you are just really up my crawl right now. It takes you to this link right here. It's buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA, and you can tip me as little or as much as you like. There's also Cash App, $ DanielleSoncasie, same deal. Tip me as little or as much as you can. And the original Nerdling Army over at patreon.com/comics and very similar to the stuff we've got going on for channel members. There's also some exclusive content and exclusive merch you can't get anywhere else. And you get that merch every 3 months for the first year of your membership. So check that out. Speaking of merch, we have our own merch store over at comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. It won't let me connect it to the YouTube channel because things. But anyway, hundreds of products with hundreds of designs made by yours truly. It's Christmas. You already need to buy Christmas presents for your favorite nerdy loved ones. Why not do 2 things at the same time? As my boyfriend says, get 2 birds stoned at the same time. Do your Christmas shopping, support the channel, all in one place, comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. I'm also an affiliate for several companies. All of those links, including the ones I've already told you about, are in is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So, if you like this podcast, chances are you'll love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. Check in with the chat. Neverland is pretty nice. I hear that. Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic, if people haven't watched your Star Trek video, they should. It's a hoot. Thank you very much. Film Threat is having a funeral for Star Trek. It's dead, Jim. And I did break a nail. Thank you so much, Olive, you little butthole. Hopefully I can fix that. And they have asked people to send out eulogies. They actually asked me personally when I was on their show, and I was super stoked. I was like, shut up, really? So, as I do all things, I don't half-ass anything. I went full ass. So, I full-assed my Star Trek eulogy. I hope you guys enjoy it. My favorite bit, there's actually two parts. One, I'm a little sad because I really thought this through. I pull a hanky out of my cleavage, and the podium kind of camouflages it a lot. I was like, ah, damn. That was important to me. Like, I put way too much thought into that. And then my second favorite bit is one of the last lines at the end about Riker and the holodeck. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you to watch it. So, my eulogy for Star Trek. Enjoy. It'll be shown on Film Threat on the 17th as well. I may be there. I may not. We'll find out. Anywho, guys, I had a great time hanging out with you guys. Remember, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment. I'm so sorry. But I'll be here Wednesday. I'll miss you. I mean it. But until then, I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next one. Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled, right? Because I heard
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!
Hey nerdlings, gather around. Dani's in the house and the hype's inbound. From sci-fi dreams to super real schemes, she's the queen of comics and everything in between. Makeup brush in one hand, pen in the other, crafting worlds like no one's ever discovered. Sci-fi writer, pinch creator, going live on stream. There's no one greater. Comics and everything, we dive so deep into stories and the secrets that the nerds all keep. Comics and everything, the chat's alive. Monday through Friday, Dani provides the vibe. Superheroes, villains, fantasy lore. Every day there's something new to explore. From Star Wars stars to Marvel fights, breaking nerdy